What I want to talk about today, something which is a little bit woo-woo. I want to talk about paying attention to coincidences. We all notice coincidences from time to time, and it's very, very easy to brush them off. But if you entertain the idea that there could possibly be a message behind the coincidence, that the universe is letting you know you are on your right track, for example, what you are doing by entertaining that possibility is like opening a wedge onto what it is that you think you're sure about. And that is what I think is very, very powerful, very potent about paying attention to coincidences. So I'm not going to attach a massive amount of significance to a coincidence, but I am going to pay attention to it. You know, if I'm thinking something and someone tells me that immediately, or if I'm reading a book and someone starts talking about the same book, or they're carrying the book in their rucksack, you know, or something like that, I will pay attention to it with a half-hearted kind of open-minded, who knows, this might be absolute nonsense, I might be dead wrong, but there's something in it which is curious. Because what it does is it lends you the ability to go off on a slightly meandering, different path. You're still keeping an eye on your goal, but your compass is being given a little bit of a shake. And I like that because it gives you this ability to kind of head in the right direction, but be free enough, be kind of spontaneous enough to play with your sense of direction, with your sense of truth, with your sense of what it is to be this thing that you think is you, this selfing process. And sometimes coincidences can be quite persuasive, so they can conjure up the reality behind the coincidence, which again may be a complete nonsense, but it's this idea of opening up on a wedge onto your fixed idea and loosening that hinge a little bit and seeing where it goes. In the full knowledge, it might go absolutely nowhere, but that frequently, for reasons I can't quite explain, it tends to go places that are intriguing. And so I find myself here, you know, I love little canyons, and I'm in this beautiful echo chamber. And if you play with the idea, you can start to see the energy around the trees. You can start to see the energy in the rocks and surrounding the rocks. And you can feel the energy inside of yourself. And if you just follow the thought process and you follow the solidity and the expansion and contraction of your chest and your diaphragm, well, I'm at 1. Maybe you're at 1, yeah? There are lots and lots of entry points into inner peace. There are lots and lots of entry points into your inner child. Loads and loads of entry points into loosening that rusty hinge. And coincidences is one of them. And I've just found that it's a fascinating, interesting, playful way to kind of question what it was that you thought you knew, and maybe there's more to this coincidence than there might be. Yeah, maybe there isn't. Well, that's all I'm going to say for today. So I hope that's of interest. And I'm wondering if my coincidence might turn into a rattlesnake somewhere around here. That would be an interesting moment. If you're interested, subscribe, and there will be more on the way. All right, take care. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.